In 1889, Kesteven became its own authority and was required by law to have its own asylum. So in 1890, the hunt began to find a suitable location for their asylum. 16 sites were whittled down to just one, a 112-acre site at Rauceby. Britain's leading asylum builder, George T. Hines, was brought in to design the asylum, having already designed 14 asylums, including Talgarth and Hyroids. The asylum was built on a very small budget of just over £70,000 and lacked the grandeur of Hines's other asylums, and it was designed to house 460 patients and be self-sufficient. It had its own farm with animals and crops, water tower, laundry facilities, kitchens, hairdressers and a morgue. Eventually it even had its own radio station. June the 20th, 1902, Rauceby Asylum opens its doors to receive its first patients that came by train from a temporary workhouse. Life was harsh for staff and patients, and security was very strict. Staff's working hours were long, from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. They had one half day off each week and could have off the third Sunday of each month. Staff ate on wards, as there wasn't enough space to do otherwise. All staff had to be in by 10 p.m, at which time the external doors were locked shut. Arriving after then was instant dismissal. Wards were locked at all times, and all cutlery was counted and locked away. Windows only ever opened wide enough to allow air into the rooms. It was nothing short of a prison. Patients were poorly treated and weren't allowed any visitors or contact with the outside world, which also meant no one could see the cruelty that went on in that asylum. They had to endure harsh treatment, including electric shock therapy, severe hot and cold baths, drilling into their skulls, electric shock baths, and many, many more other torturous forms, most of which didn't work and would eventually kill the patients. Some patients only lasted a few short days at this asylum before they passed away. Some lasted months and years, but most patients never left the asylum alive, spending their last days locked up, tortured, often screaming and crying, alone and unloved. Up until after the First World War, no staff had any proper training or abilities to look after such frail-minded and unwell patients. The outbreak of World War I didn't really affect Rauceby Asylum, and it was business as usual. It was in the later years of the war when the severe shortages affecting the civilian population took its toll on the asylum, its staff and patients. Coal was in very short supply, which meant cuts had to be made to the heating and lighting, and patients were tucked up in bed by 7 p.m. to keep them warm. After the war, staff shortages, overcrowding, lack of heat and lighting, and severe food shortages made life even more unbearable. By 1920, Rauceby Asylum had changed its name, and it was now called Kesteven Mental Hospital. At the outbreak of the Second World War, Kesteven was not as fortunate as it had been during the previous war, and was seconded by the RAF. It was renamed RAF Rauceby. The civilian patients were evacuated and sent elsewhere. Major internal transformation and alterations began to adjust the hospital to its new role. Operating theatres were installed and equipped. Windows were taped up and sandbagged to prevent blast damage. Bomb blast walls were built to protect the lower windows of the wards. A Nissen hut canteen was created in the courtyard for the airmen, and the ballroom became a general mess and an entertainment hall. The matron's accommodation became the officers' mess. Many of the RAF patients suffered serious burns and were transported to Rauceby to start the long and painful road to recovery. Pioneering specialist and plastic surgeon Dr. Archibald Mackindoe was brought in to use untested methods of surgery on some of these brave pilots, and these pilots then made up what was called the Guinea Pig Club. As war progressed, RAF Rauceby played a central role in the care of service personnel At its height, there were 1,000 beds in use and more in storage if needed. In 1943 alone, at RAF Rauceby, there were 1,398 major operations, 2,936 minor operations, 1,452 orthopedic patients, 1,233 medical patients, 163 burns patients, 48 orthodontic patients, 1,791 psychiatric outpatients, and 141 psychiatric inpatients. In the burns unit, there was a bathroom containing 3 large baths, where badly burnt patients would be submerged to soak in a saline solution. Nurses knelt on the stone floor, sometimes for hours on end, gently easing away the burnt flesh, often developing blisters on their hands and arms. On Whit Monday in 1945, Rauceby suffered a major fire. A dance was held in the hospital ballroom that finished shortly after midnight, and by 3 a.m. the whole room was engulfed in fire. As the pine panelling and highly polished floor was greedily consumed by fire, the stained glass windows and arched ceiling were destroyed and the room was completely gutted. Thanks to the brave response of the resident firefighters and the Sleaford Fire Brigade, and the fact they had their own water tower, no other buildings were lost and there were no fatalities. The cause of the fire? A patient's discarded cigarette. The hospital returned to its former use in April 1947. There became a new era for Rauceby by the 1950s. More treatments were becoming widely available, including chlorpromazine, which made it easier to treat and control disturbed behaviour. More training and techniques to deal with mentally ill patients were available to nurses and doctors, but the barbaric therapies and electric shock therapy was still preferred to any other less intrusive methods. More beds were made available, but still overcrowding was a problem. By early 1952, calls for legislation and modernisation of the concept and treatment and care of the mentally ill. By this time, the NHS was already 11 years old. Despite this, the cruel and inhumane treatments still continued and never really ended until the late 1980s. By this time, many thousands had died due to these practices. By this time, the use of asylums were dwindling, and Rauceby finally closed its doors in 1997. In the early 2000s, many of the buildings and features had been removed or demolished to make way for a new housing estate. The buildings that remained were just left to rot and nature take over. The patients and staff long gone. The screams and cries have made way to eerie silence. Walking round the ruinous buildings, it's hard to imagine what went on here and the horrors that were covered up. But sit back and join me as I walk the corridors of this infamous asylum and tread in the footsteps of all the unfortunate men, women and children who entered this asylum but sadly never left. Welcome to the haunted hospital. Welcome to Rauceby Asylum.
Good evening, my lovely Darksiders. We are on another exclusive paranormal investigation tonight. And we are at, this place does not need any introduction, we are at Rauceby Mental Asylum. So yes, so come with me as we go into the Hospital of Death. So obviously when Michelle and Chantel are in one of the buildings over there, they're going to start an investigation. I thought I'd come round and do a quick video. Oh, I've got a bit of daylight left. It's the infamous admin building where the patients, if you want to call them, have been the first building they saw when they come up the driveway. They come through the admin to get checked in, booked in, allocated a room, whatever. Between obviously that building, the admin building there would be a long corridor that would connect. All these buildings connected at one point into something like a butterfly kind of shape. Supposed to make it look a bit more friendly, apparently. This place was anything but friendly. Built in the latter end of the 1895 this place was built, and it was one of the biggest asylums in the country. Many thousands of people died here. Men, women and children. There were wards for all three. There's a female section over there. You've got two nurses' quarters there. Well, you can't see it, but there's the orangery, or greenhouse as I call it. There we go, there you can just see the greenhouse, as I call it now. Apparently someone reputedly hung themselves in there. And then obviously you've got the other quarters this side, the men's quarters. So what we're going to do, we're going to say, I'll try and hit most of the buildings. Depends on how much daylight we've got left. We'll see. Yes, you can get in. I think you can get in all the buildings, he says. So we'll start in this corner here. We'll work our way along. Yes, lots of experimenting went on here. All in the name of treatment, if you could call it that. It was just nothing short of torture. Electric shock baths, drill through the skull. All to try and cure what nowadays would be just classed as mental health, ADHD, autism. Well, I saw some of the medical files online. The people that are admitted, and some people they had admittance, idiocy. Prognosis not good, life expectancy not good. The majority of people came in here and never came out again. This was their last place. Like a death chamber, so to speak. So let's go in. This is one of the first buildings. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with these buildings now. The admin building, that's grade 1 listed. The church has been converted into a cafe. So let's go into this one here. Let's see what we can see. Put a bit of light on. There we go. This was all breeze blocked up at one point. So nice easy access. Okay. Big building here. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a massive drop down there. These are where all the pipes would have been. You can see where the floor would have been because it would have been level with this. So, so under that's all the service tunnels, so to speak, underground stuff. Now, whether these would be wards, day rooms, whatever, I don't 100% know. Let's go upstairs first. Take a wander upstairs. Come with me, guys, and we'll have a look. It's still got some of the baths here as well, even one of the original electric shock baths. That's in situ in the main building. Well, not the main building, the main building's admin building, but one of the main buildings that we tend to frequent. And most people tend to frequent now. Many paranormal teams come here. Yeah, it's been tour bus to hell. But it's still a good place. I love this place. We've had many parts of activity here. Lots of equipment always going off. We've heard EVPs, DVPs. We've seen shadow figures. We've had direct communication with spirits here. You name it, we've got it all from here. Shut down this place in, I think, like the 80s. And even up to that point in the 80s, they were still doing all this shock treatment, and you wouldn't think in the 1980s they were still doing all of that. Which, like I said, is nothing short of torture. But I'll cover the history, when I do a voiceover before I put the video out. Just in case, so I don't go wrong. I like to be historically correct as much as I can. So maybe this, I've got, oh, look at the old wallpaper, look, wow. The old wallpaper and paint peel, which everybody knows I love. It looks like someone's tried to start a fire in here by the looks of it. Yeah. And then you got that. It's mindless graffiti. But yeah, old wallpaper, look. Wow, all that wallpaper is. It's wicked. I think maybe this was some kind of day room, maybe. Not necessarily a ward. There's the what's left of the well, it's not a mural. It was covered the whole of the wall. There is pictures online of that when it was complete. Now it's just eroding. Oh my god. Tell you what, guys, this floor is spongy as hell. It really is. You wouldn't think to look at it, but it's very spongy. Like I said, all these buildings would have connected. This would have connected to that building there, and so on and so forth. You get more mindless graffiti. Upside down cross, seriously. For real, some people. Yeah, fish mural. There's rumours that this was maybe the children's ward. Obviously the men's and the women's sides were both of our children's wards. So maybe it was. Who knows? But you wait until it goes dark, and you've got the admin building. It's so foreboding. It really is. At night time. Or fireplace. I mean, it might have been a... No, I don't think it's going to be big enough, this, for a canteen. Sounds like we've got stupid kids on site. That's all you need. Oh, someone's drawn a swastika, look. Yeah, so I mean... Oh, it's supposed to be... Oh, it's a car. It's like supposed to be a car and a dog, maybe? Don't know, but then someone's drawn a swastika. Really. I don't get some people, I really don't. No. Okie dokie. So we'll go downstairs and see what we can get to downstairs. But obviously we can't drop down into the real bottom bit. But these buildings are pretty much the same kind of layout, so you don't necessarily have to look at all of them. But these are so small, these rooms. Yeah, maybe that was a toilet or something, maybe. Toilet area, possibly. We don't know. Let's go down. So the next lot of stairs. Go down, it takes you into the basement. Or, surface tunnel, whatever you want to call it. Definitely can't go down there. Not jumping down there, it's not worth it. Okay, look. So what's down here? Well, we can tell at some point, look, it was flooded all the way up to this step here. So maybe it's a bit of water down here, probably. We'll see. No, there's no water. No, there's no water down here, guys. So we may be in luck. Remember the first time I came in here, this was flooded. This was flooded. You know, the old pipes, service doors. Wow. Wicked look. It's great. But you see, well, look, we're underground, and it's like a window, but we're underground. Look at it all. It's wicked. It really is. All the old cast iron pipes, look. Was it Victorian, Edwardian, maybe? It's late 1800s. Circuit boards, whatever. So maybe it was more Edwardian than Victorian, maybe. I don't know. I don't know my dates. I'm not very good with my dates. But, oh, this is wicked. It's the first time I've been down here without it being flooded. So that was alright. Get back up these steps without falling over. Well, that's building number 1. That's pretty wicked. Hopefully we can avoid the little brats that are on site. Hopefully. Don't draw too much attention to us. Before, about a few years ago, this used to be stockpiled with all the bricks from when they dismantled all the buildings. Yeah, I think people have been helping themselves. Yeah, there's more bricks around here, look. Tiles for the roof tiles, whatever. Yeah, so people have been helping themselves, thieving little buggers. I mean, I get the point of repurposing them, I get that. But no, don't steal them. It's along there, because I noticed there's a building around here somewhere. A little small outbuilding, I noticed it. I was walking past. Maybe it wasn't, maybe I didn't see anything. No, it's just the outer perimeter fencing. I thought I saw a building, but evidently not. I thought a car was driving up and down. Sworn I saw something. Yeah, I was just imagining it. Probably. Yeah, must have been imagining it. Right, on to the next building then. Because we don't have much daylight left. So let's go to the next building. There's more bricks, look. I think we're going to get through there somehow. So that goes all the way around that building. So we'll cut through, go into the next one. This place is just ace. Really is so active as well. So again, you can see where the buildings would have connected. See all these end bits. So they would have all connected at some point, once in their lives. Ooh, whiff of, don't know what kind of flower or plant it is, but it's a nice whiff. Not much more. It's just a perimeter fence around here. Look. Wow. I mean, you can get in there, but when I've got a camera and I'm filming, I'm not gonna risk it. So, we'll do then. We'll attempt to get into this building here. I wouldn't have thought there'd be much difference in the buildings there. even now, you get the old feeling of being watched. You know, like you're being assessed or something like that. It really is. It's a strange feeling. So into this one. Oh, we can get into this one. This one's quite easy to get into. Possibly. Excuse me, guys, while I traverse the brickwork. There we are. We're in. Wow. So basically, we're stood where the pipes would have been. Again, floor would have been there. So definitely would have been pipes for water pipes, heating pipes, gas pipes, and things like that. But this is pretty wicked. Oh, pigeons. Oh, pigeons. Can hear you, pigeons. Ooh. Oh, oh, Christ. Pigeon just flew out. It was so far down off the floor, look. It's wicked. Well, they can't say you're broken here, is there? There's access everywhere. Ooh. It's a real tight feeling in this room, this building. It really is. A tight feeling. Oh, God, it is. You can't feel it obviously on camera, but yeah. Oh, well, these have been rooms or whatever. Don't know. Oh, you can't go much further. You can't go further anyway. There's nothing in there, just an empty room. It's a shame. Because we don't have that many really asylums left. I know it's going to take a lot. Take millions, many millions to make this place even safe. But you know, our asylums are vast, diminishing. You know, there's not many left at all now. You've got St. John's in Lincoln. You know, that's the same fate. It's becoming a building site. There's not much of that place left now. You know, that place is wicked. I explored there about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Oh. Nothing in there. It's all pipe work there. It's definitely pink. Not that you can gender people nowadays, you never know. Men might like pink too. You never know. And with the fireplaces there would have been. Ah, okay. I don't recall being in this one. Unless it was such a long time ago. I forgot. Let's try and get out of here without breaking our necks. There we go, we're out. Let's go around here. It smells like, I don't know what it smells like. It's like a whiff of plants. Whatever. Someone's had the Chinese. So that would be that building that we've just been in there. So we've been in that one. See if we can get into this one then. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. We'll see. Don't think we're going to get into this one. Like I said, there's not much difference in the buildings. Wow. Huh. Yeah. But that one's not quite as inviting as the other buildings. We'll go around the corner, see if we can get in that way. And there's the housing estate. You have to be careful with the housing estate. There's a miserable twat. Have a nasty reputation of calling the police. Well, we can get in that one. So, get in that side, that one. You know, all this housing estate that used to be part of the asylum as well. This asylum was huge. It was absolutely huge in its day. I don't know how many people it could have held, or held, should I say. But all I know is there was more people here than what should have been. It was over capacity. It was well over capacity. People were cramped in, you know, more than what they should have been. Bricked most of it up. Okay, so we can't get in that one then. So, bandstand over there. I record for my safety. So this one here. This one I think we can get into. Yes, we can get into this one. Oh, it smells like lavender. It really does. Oh, down here. It really does smell of lavender. Strong smell of lavender. Oh, that's weird, that is. Oh, it is like perfume. It's ridiculous. Gotta crawl under all this to have a look. I don't know what's under it. Oh, let's go have a look, guys. Crawl under it. I'm not quite as nimble as I used to be. Anyway, these are just got, wow. So, yeah, room would have been, yeah, well, we're below floor level again. Any pigeons? Wow. Look at this place, it's phenomenal. Just crazy. Again. Or can we just go over this one then maybe? There's not really a lot in there. Let's go under. Let's have a look what we can find. Just bear with me. While we go under. Now we're in. My God, it's like an assault course. Looks like it's just the same all the way around, by the looks of it. Definitely can't go upstairs. There's no upstairs to it. Can I hear singing? I really can. I'll climb over this one. I can definitely hear singing or humming of some description. Big hole in the wall. Wow. What's that way? More that way. Oh, God. There's really nothing else in there, is there? Just a bricked off wall. Wow. Oh, it's so warm. It's another building, partly accessible. There's no room, no way to get upstairs though again. Oh, would that have been? Again, would it have been the fireplace or something? I don't know. God, I can't even get my legs over. Let's get out of here. wasn't as easy to get in as any of the other ones. Back under we go. Sorry, do apologise. There we go, pull it up. There we go. So if I get killed by some demonic entity, this will be my last will and testament. There is a funny feeling in this building. I don't know what it is. There we go. I'm not as energetic as these, or as nimble as these young'uns. Definitely not. But we do our best. So that's that one. So yeah, we can't get upstairs into that one. That I could see any staircases anyway. Let's have a look, see if we can get in this building. This building's like mid-building, centralised. See if we can get in here. Get as many buildings as I can while we've got daylight. Yeah, majority of that's all sealed. Doorway there, look. You come out the door, fall to the ground. Oh, we can get in this one. There's a door here. Don't know if we can get upstairs, but there's definitely a door. So you can see with all the house fencing. See that? I mean, that would have connected up to something. One of the other wards. Oh wow. Pigeons. Hello, pigeons. Ooh. Oh look. Pigeons. Hiya, pigeons. Hi guys. Oh, here we go. Look, you've got the old glossy brown Edwardian bricks. That's awesome. I like these bricks. Yeah, they really are nice bricks. Pooey, it smells of pigeon poo. You've got some of the original flooring, look. Wow. That's a building that one was just in. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's it's graffiti, but it is cool. These are just. So this would have been a ward. One of the wards. Do not come in here, or else. Oh, well, I'm in now, so never mind. Get over yourself. Oh wow, look. Right into nothing. Oh wow. It's been like some kind of veranda, maybe. Oh, wicked. Oops. Pigeons everywhere. And that's the end where we were. Wow. Shame we couldn't get on the top floor of that building, but this would have, I'm assuming, connected with that building there, and possibly that building there. So they've gone in like a Y shape. You can see it now. You can picture it. Fair enough. I don't know if they're supposed to be boobs and her eyes. Boobs, probably. I don't know, because is that a necklace? Oh, I don't know. What do I know? Nothing else in here. Fair enough. Next. So, go out. If I had someone else to hold the camera and everything, I'd jump down onto the bottom floors and I'd take a look in all the floors, but I'll fall down there and break my neck. It's the last thing I want to do. Right, so we tried to act. So that's the building was in before the one we've just been in, and there's no. Well, shame. Like I said, you can't get upstairs. Okie dokie. So next one's then you've got the nurses' quarters. So my assumption then, with this being the female ward, the first nurses' quarters there to the left of the orangery would be the female staff quarters. What an educated guess that would be. Oh, you're coming down here at night time. Look, you end up falling into the sewer. So we'll go across to this one. See what it's like in here. Like I said, this place is pretty cool. You know, there's the church. It's been turned into a cafe now. That's grade listed. The admin block's grade listed. One of them's grade 1, one of them's grade 2. I can't remember which one's which. I think the admin block's grade 1 because they've done a bit of renovation to the church, and you can't renovate grade 1. You can't touch it. You can't alter it in any way. So there we go. It's got to have a little butcher's into female nurses' quarters. Very strict regime here as well. You know, it's females, they weren't allowed to get married. That's the nurses and that, obviously not the patients. The nurses and everything, without getting permission from the superintendent, the person in charge of the whole complex. You know, they had days off and everything, and that they had to be on ward and locked up by no later than 10 o'clock. It was very, very strict. It really was strict. There's not much left. That's a fact. Oh wow, the stairs. Oh my god. Wow. Stairs have gone. Oh, okay, let's oh my Jesus. These are, my god, these are very, very spongy, guys. Very spongy. Oh my god. Jesus. It's very, very warm in here. But then it's understandable it's warm because all the windows are all boarded up. Really is hot in here. It's a weird smell. It smells like someone's been cooking. It really does. It smells like it's been cooked. Yeah, it is a weird smell. There's nothing in here. Oh, they've had a fire at one point by the looks of it. Wow. So not many rooms, is there? So I wonder how many nurses here at one point. Unless obviously some worked while some slept. You swapped over like that. I don't know. I don't know how it worked. Yes. Let's get down these stairs without breaking our necks. Certainly seen better days. I mean, taking aside the fact it was an asylum, I bet it looked quite nice in its day. It would be nice to have been able to come here when it was, you know, just as it was abandoned. You know, because I've seen pictures of it, and there was stuff left behind, machinery, all sorts. They had an old radio station, you know, where they had Rauceby radio or whatever it was called. So that's the orangery. Don't know if we can get to that, but we'll have a look. The admin block, that is like 3 or 4 inches thick in pigeon shit. You know, even if you can get in there, it just completely stinks of ammonia. Quite deadly. Especially, you know, if you've got asthma or anything like that, which I haven't, but it doesn't have stink. So, wow, you can't really get much. Oh, you can get to it, look. There we go. Yes, so apparently, if it's true, someone hung themselves here. Or was hung, one of them. But, you know, we know what rumours are like. Pretty cool. There's a picture online of it with all its glass and everything was intact. But as time goes by, you know, nature, the elements, people, it disintegrates. This one obviously is previously unboarded. There's pigeons in there or something, I don't know. Something. Let's have a look inside here, guys. You got some of the original. I know that's where some of the, but they're like been wooden. See the indentations where the wooden blocks would have been. This one just mirrors the one. Yeah. This is just the same. Wow. Yeah. Isn't very people friendly up here, is it? So yeah, this will just mirror the other one. This will be the men's. There's pigeons in the loft. You can see a pigeon up there in the loft. Hello, pigeons. Just there we are. I'm gonna hurt you. Toilet maybe? No, possibly. Nature taking over. Again, at the backs of the housing estate. Sockets would have been electrical plug sockets and stuff. Light socket me. Wow, I mean look. That's a lot of pigeon crap. It's everywhere. No wonder it stinks in here. Oh, little fireplace, look. That's pretty cool. Okay, thought I heard something then. We've got that building there. It's one of the main ones you go in. It's got the elevator shaft and all that in there. That's what we tend to frequent when we're doing investigations. Done quite a few in that building. We've got quite a lot of good responses in it as well. But everyone goes in that one. You know, everyone when the grandma goes in there. Let's go out this way. See if we're going all the way around. Oh, Oh, no, okay. Maybe we should have gone the other way. Be a lot more people friendly. Going out the way we came in. But never mind, we'll go through this way. We'll try through here. Ah, son of a bitch. Pigeons absolutely everywhere. Chimney sticking up. So yes. Wow. Got insects and that crawling all over me. This is the one that has the baths in it. If we can still get in here. That is. Oh yeah, we can still get in here. That's cool. Oh, there's a bath at the bottom of the stairs. Look, there's one of the baths. That's just a general bath, that one. Ugh. Again, you've got the Edwardian bricks. So in situ. Light fitted. Oh, it stinks up here. It really stinks of poo. Really does. These are just all rooms, maybe. Don't know. Possibly. They're all the same. Right. It's big rooms. I don't know if this would have been a sitting room or day room or whatever, or maybe a dining room. Roofless. Short of pigeons. So in here, we've still got some of the baths. Some of the old toilets. Look, what's left of the toilets? Not much left. So yeah, you got some normal baths there. Wow, ceilings are coming in. So they're just normal. As far as I'm aware, they're just normal baths. But again, what they did, it's depending on what ailment they're supposed to be treating. Some patients will put in scalding hot baths. Some patients will put in freezing cold baths. Depending on what the ailment was. Did they treat anything? Nah, I don't think they did. Don't think they treated anything at all, to be honest. I just think it was going on still 30 or 40 odd years ago. I don't know, they serving hatches or something? Maybe? Don't know. This place is definitely frequented by a lot of pigeons. Pigeons! If you hear, oh, that's pretty good. Pretty cool graffiti. Oh, again, this building's got a horrible vibe to it tonight. What the hell it is. Yeah, this is where we tend to do pigeons. Or normal I don't know where you are, but you're somewhere. Fuck the Tories. I say that to all politicians. The old windows, look, a window catch there, look. There's a bandstand. There's a posh housing estate. Oh, I'm sweating, it really am. There's more to this building around there, look. This building connects all the way up to that one. Over there. This building is the biggest of the buildings. It's massive. You get lost here. Well, I do anyway. It's just a room. Another bath, look. Oh, I seen the baths at the bottom of the stairs. Belonged there at one point, possibly. We'll look at the other baths in a minute. Wait, boiler, maybe. Urinals. But then we're in the female section. I don't know. I give up. This is very misleading now. It really is misleading. God, no, I think plaster peeling, paint peeling. It really has seen better days. Poor building. Just imagine these walls. So much to say. They really have. Told you, look, it goes on for ages. There's a lift shaft. Two main lift shafts here. Pigeons all over the place. Oh, there's a bat. I think by the looks of it. The bat's more open access into the loft. Got Kermit the Frog. Then you've got Squidward. Oh, SpongeBob. And usually, in this top alcove, there's usually a couple of pigeons. Usually up there. Ah, you're up there again. Hey guys. Hello, pigeon. You alright? Hello? Game. This has got no roof at all. So if you come with me, if we go into here, there you go, look, guys. That, well, the old light switches, look. Some partially intact toilets. Here's the electric shock bath. Or one of God knows how many they would have had. Yeah. Crazy. So it's probably going to be in that room at some point. Pink tiles, look. Now, behave. Pigeons, behave yourself. No way to harm you. Don't jump out at me then, make me jump. I won't appreciate that. Bennett, it's all fell inwards. Carry on my wayward son. We might be coming here in a bit and do an investigation, maybe. It's a fire exit, and pretty much literally it is the fire exit. Sluice room. Yeah, that just takes you downstairs. You can go down another level to the bottom. You go along the corridor, you can get to a room that's got probably about another 3 baths in it. But you have to jump down and everything. It's not quite as easily accessible. So I'll take you down. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, guys. There's Barry the Bat, or Boris. Boris the Bat, maybe. Pigeons, behave. You know, no matter what, Michelle and Chantal would have got loads of activity, and I've missed it as usual. Just let me show you quick. Well, if we can get into the the admin block. I'll take you into the admin block and we'll have a quick look. So we go down the stairs. I'm going to come back up here anyway to get out the other way. It's the only way you can get out. So this takes you down to the first level. Glove. There's a bat down there somewhere. You'll probably see him somewhere. Again, you have to jump all the way down there. I'm not doing that when I'm on my own, because in case I drop the camera. Wow. Again. Deep into the floor. Whatever. Someone's got a makeshift barbecue here. Cool. Could save me a burger. And you've got... It's going in now, look, but it did say harrowing. And then the lift, you've got the Lucifer effect. I will cover the Lucifer effect and the harrowing in my... when I talk about the place and do the history and everything. But it's a filmed experiment. But I'll cover it in more depth. This bit is one of the tunnels. This tunnel would have took you right down and up into the morgue. But obviously, as you can see, megally flooded. Yeah, it's a good 3 or 4 foot, or 2 or 3 foot of very rusty infused water. You won't want to get in there. Not even if I had waders and wellies. You won't want to. But yes, that's the downstairs bit. I don't know what that is. It's hanging from the ceiling. I don't know what it could have been. Maybe a sign of some description, maybe. I don't know. But what we'll do is, because it's getting on a bit now, we'll get out of this building and we'll see, have a quick peek at the admin building, and then we'll go across to where the girls are. And this is where I get lost and can't find my way out. It's usually the case. Got wallpaper, carpet. But yeah, honestly, we never came across those bloody kids anyway. That was here earlier. So that's not so bad then. Oh, dead pigeon. Sorry, birdie. That way, this way. Oh, should come round that way. Plonker. Yeah, plonker. Phew. So, we're down the stairs. Ooh. Oh God, he fell over. So it's getting really pretty dark now. So again, that's where we were before. There's the lift shaft that I talked about. Again, you've got to avoid. There's no manhole covers. So imagine walking down here in the dark and falling through one of those. Right, I'm paused a minute. Right, okay. Thought the camera had gone off then, guys. Another glitch. You get a lot of technical glitches here. A lot. You know, the spirits mess with the electronic equipment. The buggers for it. So I tell you what, because it's getting dark now, I'm not going to go into the admin building. There's not much in there. Again, it's just a shell. I think everything's just coated in pigeon crap. The ammonia smell is just absolutely horrid. So yeah, so when we went in there, you see, we went around all of this. That building there. Yeah. I haven't covered all of it, because obviously daylight's fading. But yes, covered all of that up there as well. So now where would this take you into? I don't know if this is going to take you into anywhere. Oh God. Don't know. Let's have a look. See where this goes. I think it might take you into the building we've just been in, actually. To be honest, I've never been in this bit before. Never come in this way before, so. Sluice room. Ah. Yes, this possibly now takes you round. If I remember, it serves me correct. My memory doesn't always serve me correct, but if it does, then we get to see the other baths. But I could be wrong. But this, I remember, this is the right place. This was all flooded before. Only about a foot of water. Hello? That's a spirit. Can you do that again, please? A little tap or something, I don't know what it was. Yeah, I think this takes you into the other. Yeah, it does. Yeah. That's correct. So the building we've just been in, and we just came down the stairs. It's this building. So yeah, we don't have to go that way any further. Oh, that's good then. It's made the job a little bit easier. Again, these are just small rooms. God, I'm surprised it's how warm it is. It really is warm. Now, go into here. Oops, it's climbing. If I can get in, that is. Just come round that way. Oh yeah. There we go. Toilets have gone. But yeah. Look. It's got, we've got the pipes with it, look. As well. That would have been a hoist to take you into the bath. My God. Yeah. But maybe this again was another so-called treatment bath. Yeah, well, electrical cables look as well, earth. So yeah, electric shock bath. Fucking barbaric bastards. They really were. Nothing in there. No. Nothing at all. So yeah, also there was only one bath then, there weren't two or three like I thought there was originally. Never mind. But yes. So now we've got that one. It's pretty cool. So right, we'll go back out the way we came in. So again, this would have been a ward of some description. Out we get. So hopefully Michelle and Chantal are in that building. Hopefully. Unless they've been kidnapped by aliens, possessed by spirits, or whatever. Just starting to go down now, the sun, and starting to get dark now. Perfect time for a paranormal. Again, another lift shaft. So let's go in and see what we've got. Here we go. Of course it is. I was going to sneak in and scare the shit out of you all, but... Yeah, but I was going to sneak in. Hey up, Boris. I just said hello to Boris. I found another bath. Another electric shock bath that's got a hoist with it.
Is it?
Yes.
There's a music box down there.
Yeah.
That music box has gone off once, or been sat down with. We've both got big asses, right?
So, that's the explore, guys. Quick explore. I didn't do all the buildings, but that's pretty much...
Yeah, there was clear breath here,
So-
literally. We heard it, it's more like a growl. and then-
Well, I think we ought to go live now then.
Oh, well, we're just trying to get some more activity going.
Oh, still go live.
Yeah, we've had some...
Right, guys, so I'm going to end the video here. And if you liked the video, like, share, subscribe. We're on all platforms except for Twitter, and we'll see you on the next Explore. Stay safe, guys.